So apparently, self-love only looks good on the right kind of face. If you're not conventionally attractive, people would rather pity you than to see you confident. So I saw this video the other day about a content creator called OK Sophie, and I wanted to share it with you because I have a few thoughts.
Tell me how I'm getting dragged on Twitter, y'all. But when am I not? Like, I kid you not, it seems like every day I'm getting dragged on some platform, and it's really hilarious. I get so many hate comments, and honestly, I don't really let it phase me. And people always ask me, how do I handle all the hate comments? And honestly, y'all, I just been through worse. Growing up, I really hated myself, and everyone around me wanted me to change, like my body, my skin tone, my hair, like change everything about me just because they didn't like it. And I listened to them. I tried so many diets, and I tried to bleach myself. I really tried every single thing just to change myself for others. And I was just constantly trying to be someone I wasn't. Remind you, I was just a little kid experiencing this. Yeah. Just like one day, I had to sit myself down and ask myself, who am I doing this for? Like, am I doing this for myself or am I doing this for other people? Yeah, I clocked my own seed real bad. And I just felt like nothing worked because I'm already me. I'm beautiful and I'm supposed to be me. I shouldn't be changing myself for other people. And just changing for others will only lead to unhappiness. You'll lose yourself or feel even worse. I realized you have to love yourself first or nothing will ever feel enough. I literally made a promise to myself as a kid that I would never let anyone make me feel like I have to change myself. Like, girl, if people don't love me, that's okay. If they want me to change, that's their problem, not mine. And who even are they for me to care about their input? That's something I had to realize. Like, girl, who are these people? Why should I care about what they think of me? The only input that I should care about is my own. If I want to change myself for me, okay, go for it. And trust me, now I truly love myself. It did take a while. I had to build that up, y'all. I literally have to build that up. And y'all, this is so funny to me because people really think just because they don't like how I look, that I should feel the same right now. On Twitter, they're literally touring me up. But it's like, and what? Like, what do we do now? After you said this, what do we do now? Yeah, of course, there's gonna be some days if I'm having a bad week, some of the hate comments will get to me. But I'm human. Like, sometimes some things is gonna bother me. But one thing I will say, I'll never let them break me. Like, I will never, I mean, never let a stranger online to make me feel like I need to change myself.
And you know what? Run of applause to Sophie because it takes a lot for you to have that type of energy when people are constantly trying to tear you down. And again, we're back to the dark skin. Although for her, it's more than just being dark skinned, it's about being dark skinned and plus size and having actual black features. I know I'm not the only person who noticed that society seems to have a problem with people expressing confidence and self-love if you look a certain way. Like, self-love is reserved for those who have at least something that is conventionally attractive going on for them. They only want people to feel confident about themselves if they can look at you and find something that they find appealing about you. To me, she is beautiful. She is beautiful and she is unique and she is her own person. Something that a lot of people nowadays cannot relate to because they want to be and look and dress and be just like everybody else. So seeing her as somebody who is fully embracing herself, fully being confident and truly confident in that, it's going to ruffle people's feathers, unfortunately. We live in a world where you valuing and loving yourself ruffles people's feathers because they don't like the way you look. And I did a video quite a few months back where I talked about like the fake activism that people do. Things that would relate to her in the context of this video would be like body positivity and, you know, loving dark skinned women and all of that. And this is why I say that they're all fake. They're not real it's not real activism and it doesn't do a lot in terms of change. Like, we see people, but even then it's a specific type of person who is showcased and shown and who is given love and support. There is a bit of a silent rule when it comes to who is allowed to be confident out loud. You see, because people like when you pity yourself, people like to see you going through something and feeling down about it. In that phase of your life, they can relate to you pitying yourself because they don't like what they see. So to see you living bold and out loud and in a space where they can say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you feel that way." Like they're willing to do that for you, like offer you pity and tell you that you're beautiful if you are not confident about it. There are so many other people who have shown themselves being confident, loving themselves, loving on themselves, and they don't get hate for it. But why is that so? You have to have at least one conventionally attractive thing about you for you to pass. If you're dark skinned, you have to have like a different kind of hair. You have to have Eurocentric features, and that gives you the privilege to be able to be confident. And I'm not saying that these people don't get hate too. It's just that it's not on the same level as somebody who the majority in their mind believe do not have the right to be confident. People who are the beauty standard can be as loud and proud about being confident as they want. People expect them to be confident. Like it's not far-fetched for them to love what they see in the mirror. There are so many hypocrites. So many hypocrites exist. So many people are out here who pretend to uplift and pretend to love you and to pretend to support you, and when the support is needed it's never given. They turn a blind eye to things like this, and they themselves perpetuate the same behaviors. If you notice on certain campaigns, there are certain bodies or faces that will never get seen unless it's a matter of tokenism, where they have that one person who is outside of the box. But usually it's not like that. One of the things I really loved about that video is the fact that she remained confident. It hurt in the beginning when she was talking about the fact that she is able to still hold her head high in the midst of all of this, is because she has been through worse. Like, you'd think this is the worst, but she has been through worse. I'm so happy to see that she has overcome or is still trying to overcome things like this that truly plague our society. It is truly a plague on the Black community across the world. We are ridiculed by others and we are ridiculed by our own, and it's really sad. But I loved her message. Like she said, you don't like it, and you said all of that, but so what now? Like, what? She is who she is, and I'm glad that she's not trying to change herself for you. And let's talk about makeover, the makeover redemption arc before, because okay. Yes, let's talk about the makeover redemption arc. If somebody chooses to change something about themselves for themselves, I have no problem with that. It's not my place to have a problem with that. But if you're making the change for you, perfect, wonderful, supporting you through and through. But people want you to change yourself for them. And that's the part that I don't understand. Let me tell you what they would love to see. They would love to see Sophie going through a makeover arc where she loses weight, where she tries different like aesthetics, and she does different things to her body and her face. They would ridicule her at first, but they're the same people that would come out and say, "Oh, you look so good now." They would love to see her get a nose job and do different things to her face and try to sculpt her face differently, whether through makeup or through surgery, to fit what they want to see so that they can applaud you. Like, somebody doesn't have to go through a makeover arc for you to accept who they are. She is who she is. She is who she is unapologetically. And I love it. I love people who are true to who they are. In my experience, the times when I didn't like myself the most is when people started to talk about things about my features that they didn't like. There weren't things that I ever thought were a problem before. People used to always talk about my nose. People always talked about my skin. When I got to high school, that is, in Jamaica, we start high school at 12 years old. And before then, I didn't know that there was anything wrong with the way I looked. I didn't have a problem with myself until people started pointing out things about me. And I also tried to change myself. Not maybe in a subtle way. I remember I had my mother bought some soap for me because I was, I had a little acne and some skin problems. And I realized that that soap was lightening my skin. And I loved it. I thought I'm about to have a moment, and then people started talking about how light I look. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but then people started, mentioning it over and over. And I was like, okay. And then people started saying I looked pretty. But let me tell you something. Embracing what makes you you and unique is one of the best things you could ever do for yourself. You can erase things from yourself, but for those of us who decide to have children, what are you going to do when those same features that you try to erase from yourself show up in your children? How are you going to treat them? There's no way you're going to be able to relate to them properly if the things that you're still insecure about or you try to hide in yourself show up in your children. It's going to affect the way that you treat and speak into and over their lives. I'm glad that she decided to love herself as is, so that if and when changes do come, it will be for the right reasons, Because if you're chasing validation from people, if that's the reason why you're changing anything about yourself, you're lost and you will be lost. Pleasing people is never the way to go. Promise you. There'll always be something for them to complain about. And she doesn't even seem to bother anybody. She seems like she is just doing her makeup and having a great time. And for you to be coming onto her space that she has created on the internet and spread hate, you're just a bitter person. That's really it. And there are things in you that you need to change. It's not about her at that point. It's about your insecurities. And people have the right to be confident in whatever state they are. You have the right to be confident about yourself in whatever state you are. Don't wait for people to validate your confidence. And I hope in the future that we can see more people like Sophie being just unapologetically themselves, not being somebody who is hiding behind fake empowerment, because that's something that happens so much these days. I, at a point, thought that we were heading to a better place when it comes to issues like this. But the more I see, the more I realize that we're going around in circles and standing in the same space. And I want to use my platform also to be someone who can uplift and continue to uplift little black girls, because when I was a little black girl, this is the upliftment that I wanted. I maybe wasn't looking for it, but it's exactly what I wanted. You don't have to look any specific type of way to be confident. You just have to decide that this is you and you are enough. Let me know though, is there anything that you used to hate or hide about yourself that you now love? Tell me down in the comment section below. And also, before you go, please, my birthday is July 27th, and my goal this year or this month is to get to 1,000 subscribers by July 27th. So please, if you like this content or content like this, commentary style, reaction style, please consider subscribing to my channel and help me to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by July 27th.